I didn't think I'd, spam uploads in a day, but here we are. Uh, Basically, I keep hearing this, like, oh, your brain's not developed until you're 25 thing, and, not that I even think that's true in modern society, but, this coincides with, um, old people saying, "Oh, you gain wisdom as you get older. You gain wisdom as you get older." I don't believe that for a moment either. The Basically what happens, and I'll break it down real simple for you guys. When you live in hell society and you live in oofy doofy hell maxed society where you're tortured every day for every second, everything's a humiliation ritual. Um, your brain's not going to develop properly at all. Not when you're 16, not when you're 25. Not that your brain is fully developed at 25 either. It's less so developed. Well, for most people, less so developed at 25 than at 16. Um, if let's make a quick example. If a child's born and his parents do the bare minimum, they're feeding him like the worst baby formula. They're not breastfeeding him. Their parents are unhealthy and they're very stressed and they don't like their lives. That's gonna rub off on the child, and let's say they get a little bit older and they're 5 years old and they're um, I was gonna use an example from my childhood, but let's use something more modern. Let's say they're just playing Roblox and watching some weird satanic Indian 3D online graphic whatever shark. I don't really. I'm not too keen or up to date on my children's programming of today, but whatever satan. I remember back in the day it was like Spider-Man, Elsa shit, and that was pretty satanic too. But now it's like so much worse. The weird CGI shit they watch. So you're 5 years old, you play in Roblox, just playing nothing burger games that don't help you at all. You're not physically active. You're not physically exercising. And then fast forward. Let's say you're 10 years old, and then you're being sat down in school, and your parents, oh, why can't he focus in school? You're placed on Adderall, and oh, you're depressed too, and you have a SSRI of some sort, and you're in school and you're told to shut up and to be a good kid, and this continues and continues and continues, and you get to 16, and you haven't read nearly anything. I'm not saying I'm a genius. I'm kind of a wigger max, but you like at least I read Hatchet, even though that's probably CIA, FBI, mind control to give me some chip on my shoulder, or like whatever the fuck else I read that I read. But this hypothetical kid is, they didn't even do that. They didn't, they're lucky if they read a book a year. They would just were watching YouTube and keeping up with Moist Critical and I don't know what the fuck normies watch. He's watching Asmongold or no, okay, he was watching Kai Cenat and Aiden Ross all day on his fucking TikTok and shit, and just makes him like fully retarded. And at 16, that's when your peak creative thinking, like I don't even know how the fuck to describe it, but like that guy is not gonna get to 25 and then suddenly his brain is gonna be developed. It never developed. You know what I mean? It never developed. It never got a chance at all. So the difference between 16 and 25, I was watching a Greg Doucette video, and he's doing the whole rage bait boomer news bit where, oh, this kid's 17 and he's abusing steroids. This kid didn't, it's different from if a kid's drinking every day compared to a 25-year-old. Like, no, it's not really. Like, the 25-year-old, the brain is not, like, it's not a linear thing. Like, the brain is basically more or less developed at 16. Like, I hate to say it. I don't know why you guys need copes or like the brain. Obviously, the brains of people now are not developed because you have grown people talking about like, oh yeah, I have autism and I have ADHD. Like, It's like the what's that one thing where the nuns are meowing? This is like back long ago. The nuns were meowing, and it was like super hysteria. And someone had to come in, and like they were. There was another thing with like dancing, like the infectious dancing. I think there's an Emplemon video on this, but that's what we're dealing with in modern society. Except it's not meowing or dancing. It's like total retardation, smoothest brain, fucking nothing, absolute nothing world. We're in a fucking nothing world.